We begin with new details involving the discovery of 3 dead bodies found in a vacant lot west of Phoenix last week. Good evening, I'm Tramai in for Karime Devine.
And I'm Mark Curtis. Police are investigating the crime as a homicide after the 3 men were found with obvious signs of trauma. Team 12's Adriana Loya spoke with family members who say the men were migrants who were trying to make their way north but were killed on the journey. And a warning, some of the details are disturbing.
Well, the family tells me they had not heard from these 3 men in about a week when they were found dead with bruises all over their bodies. Now, the family says the men were heading to Wisconsin to meet relatives there.
3 men brutally attacked in Phoenix.
It's a shock for everybody.
The bodies of 28-year-old Hermino Perez Ramirez, 21-year-old Isauro Martinez Dominguez, and 16-year-old Abimael Jimenez Morenos, found with obvious signs of trauma in a vacant lot near 99th Avenue and Mobile Lane on February 20th. All men from a small town near Oaxaca, Mexico, venturing up north in September for a better life.
He was a talented kid. He loved to play. He was working all the time.
Saqueo Bautista is Abimael's cousin, the youngest victim. He says Abimael was a smart kid, even playing in a Christian band. But his cousin says violence and limited opportunities to progress, forcing him to drop out of school and migrate to the United States to help a single mother.
Scholarships aren't for everyone. They are for a select few. That's why teenagers leave, abandon their towns and country.
Saqueo says the 3 victims grew up together. They had been living in Phoenix for about a month before they were found apparently beaten.
We understand that the bodies presented bruises, aside from the deadly injury, blows all throughout their bodies.
Of course, the circumstances are concerning.
The Mexican consulate in Phoenix and the ambassador of Mexico to the United States condemning the violence.
We are in contact with authorities and demanding that this investigation that they take the investigation to the fullest extent, which is, of course, their own priority.
And calls for justice also coming from activists in the victims' hometowns.
They are migrants, and that doesn't take away any of their rights. They also have rights.
Well, at this time, the time of the death has not been determined, and the investigation will continue. We're live in Phoenix. Adriana Loya, 12 News.